All right. We had to take we took all the windows out, but we had to take a couple of the windows out that we've already sealed. And the reason we had to do that is because we had to get this line of rivets out. So that meant that window had to come out, and same with up front. So we're kind of back where we were in Fort Myers a little bit. Oh, Lord. They're out, and what we're going to do is take off these vertical ribs. That's going to be our first steps, to get rid of the vertical ribs. Then we're going to clean up that horizontal surface, put a little primer, maybe a little paint on it real quick, and then the sheet metal is going to go up. Again, we're going to keep these last two. Ooh, that doesn't work very well. We're going to keep those last two windows right there. And then the next 5 are coming out, and then we're keeping the front 6. So sheet metal's going on that back 5. Okay. So I played with it a little bit. It's stuck in there. Problem is that vertical support goes under the rub rail and under basically the roof. That makes it a pain in the ass to pull out because it is ridged a little bit. That ridge gives it some extra support. So how do we fix that? Well, you can't be solid if you're liquid. I don't even know if you guys saw that. I hope you did. You have to be extremely careful because you don't want to bite more than just this outer cover. You don't want to bite into that U channel that's behind it. If you do, then you're compromising the strength of the bus, of these supports that are going up to the roof. So again, super careful. I'm gonna tilt this a little bit, guys. Hang on a second. Make sure you get this. All right. Let's see what that did for us. Okay. I like that. I think that was the right idea. Yep. Don't forget the little piece you cut off. So I actually might cut that a little bit higher, which will give me a little more material to work with. That worked pretty good though. There you go, that was easier. A little more material to work with, easier to grab. I wasn't afraid it was going to slide down into that slot. And yeah, it looks like the camera shows another one. Why not? Hey, metal that you melt, you're not gonna believe it. It's hot. It's hot. When it lands on your little elbow there, it wants to burn you. Don't let it. That's a pro tip. Again, hot. Whew. That little sucker there. Yeah. All right. One more. So we got the vertical supports off. So the plan is, obviously I'm going to clean all this stuff up. I'll probably, yeah, I'll leave the insulation. Screw it. We'll leave the insulation. We're going to slip the sheet metal behind this first. We're going to get it underneath the chair rail first. Because this is just going to be me. So I want something to sit there and take the weight of the sheet metal. Then we're going to bend it up under each of these roof supports with the two bolt holes. I've got some big old suction cups with the handle, and I'll use that and I'll manhandle the sheet metal where it needs to be. I think the idea is if it needs to go higher and I can't hold it higher, I've got some rope and I'm going to run 2 lines of rope over the bus onto those suction cup handles, and that hopefully will be able to lift it up at least for a short term to where I can get a couple holes in there, put a couple of rivets in it, and get it locked into place using the rivets. More to come. Stand by. Gang, hey, we're back. So I really couldn't show you this while I was doing it. It was just too intense. I had to focus on what we were doing here. The metal we have, the sheet metal, which as you can see is up there, we have 2 pieces for each side. One piece is 3 windows long, and then the other piece is 2 windows long. We did that because they couldn't make a sheet long enough for 4 windows, so we did 3 and 2. So I've got the first sheet up there. As you can see, the suction cups we used, they worked pretty good. There was some heaving and cursing and grunting to get it in the rub rail there, but it's in there. What I'm doing is I've got this rope, and I'm going to tie it to each one of the suction cup handles, and it's actually going through open windows on the other side of the bus. So I'm going to use it to take the majority of the weight and to kind of hold it in place and hold it in altitude while I do that. Now hopefully my editor, who is wonderful, will edit out any curse words that might. Love you, honey. Edit the curse words out. Mwah. Everyone I've seen that has done this has had the exact same issue. And now I see why. We're so close. So, I almost did something stupid. I don't know if you saw. I put my fingers in this gap. No, 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 no. Don't do that. There we go. See all this gray? That's from making mistakes just like that. Fortunately, I have enough gray that it recognized it soon enough and went, hey, get your fingers out of there, dude. Oh, that one went in much better. Okay. Holy moly, we're in. Not too much deformation of the metal, just a little bit underneath this thorn right here. That'll work itself out. I've got a dead blow hammer. I'll take care of that. That should even out. So here's what I want. I want enough metal up underneath this lip to where you can see this part right here where it flares out where the windows used to be. I want enough metal up underneath it to where that metal is matching where those two pieces of metal come together. Right at that rivet line there, right in that upper rivet line. I want this piece of metal to sit right at that rivet line. But I have to have enough metal back here under this chair rail to get a good click on it too, or get good enough material to put a hole through it and put the rivet through it. I'm hoping we got them tall enough. It looks like we did, because I looked over here on this edge. It's a little strange using this backwards. I looked in that edge, I'm tucked my whole face underneath there. It looks like there's enough metal to be able to get this as high as I can get it. And then let me see what we're working with and how much metal we have down there and everything. But so far it's looking good. It's looking like we gave it enough slop, and I always give it a little bit of extra, to where we can do both things. We can have it all the way up against the metal in the roof and have a good amount of metal there in the chair rail. Rub rail. Alright, I think that's it, guys. And it's pretty much staying in spot. It's not really, yeah, more paint on that. It's not really going anywhere. So what I'm going to do, try to prop it up a little bit more if I can. Drill one hole on one end. And then slowly, I want to start with the, cut myself. I want to start with the holes up top. So I have got 6 here, and then another 2 right at the end. However, that's also where the next piece of sheet metal is going to overlap. So I can't put those in yet. All right, stay tuned. We're still working, but it's coming along. Like, subscribe, do the things. Thanks, guys. All right, inside of the bus, this is going to be the first hole we're going to drill right here. Chances are I'm going to block most of the camera with my big fat ass, but c'est la vie. Once we drill this hole, we're going to go back outside and we'll put that first rivet in. So this should be the right size. If not, it's going to be a touch small, and I'd rather go a touch small than a touch big. Okay. Let's walk around to the front. All right, coming back at you live. The hole was too small. That's okay. We went 1/64th bigger. Let's hit that. Then we'll try the rivet again. And I know there are people out there that are yelling at me right now saying, Aaron, you're not wearing your safety goggles. And you're right. You're right. You're not. I'm not. So again, we've got the, and I'm not pimping this brand whatsoever, but it is what we bought. We got the air rivet gun from Harbor Freight. Oh gosh. I hope my editor can remember the size of these steel rivets that we got and maybe post that, you know, a little message somewhere. But this is what we're using. This is what we got. So let's go put our first one in. Let's see if this actually works. Works for real. I know we did the test one, but this is the first one that hopefully will stay where it's at. Woo! Yes. And we got this tiny little one flap air compressor, but it just needs about 10 seconds and it's ready to go again. And actually I could probably do a couple of them before I had to give it a go, but the air compressor took 10 seconds and bam, it's right back on board. So it doesn't take a lot of air, it doesn't take a lot of pressure. This actually worked pretty good. I was extremely happy with it just right then and there. But I'm gonna get this squared up because it has to get square before we can get the next set in. Because okay, let's be honest, there is nothing square in this bus. Nothing. I'm gonna get it as square as I can, or as even as I can. If you buy your own bus, if you're doing this on your own, nothing is square. Just, you have to accept that right now. Everything's gonna be a custom job. Everything. Let's take a look. So that's the one we just did, and it's good. You can see it, pulled it in there, it's off to the side, it got big. It's solid, it's not going anywhere. The first one we did is right there. It looks a lot like it, kind of pulls off to the side there a little bit. But you can tell that that head's expanded. And since we got the solid back, there's no hole. There's no hole between the outside and the bus. And that's what we want. I know, I'm going feral again. Kathy's not happy. I'll probably shave today. Maybe. But it is starting to get a little late in the day. And I still want to get that second piece of sheet metal up. And I have to put in the two windows that I took out, one on each end, so that I could access those uprights. So we still have a lot of work to do today, but we're getting there. I'm very pleased with how things so far have come out. It's one of those rare days where everything's working. It takes a little more muscle, of course, but everything's coming together like it should. So it's going to fit in these two holes and overlap here. Got a good amount of overlap right there. Good. So that's the plan. Let me go grab it. Kind of need a space for the metal to sit in. There we go. Oh, no, that's probably not enough. All right. So we made a space for the metal to sit in. That helps. Right back, just right there. I got this. Actually, this one is way easier because it's smaller. It's not as long. It's just lined right up and fitting right in there. Yeah, the other one was not that easy. Not even close. Yeah, but this one does not want to bend or really flex in the middle here where I need it to. There we go. Oh, I see the issue. So, at some point, can't see what we're doing. I'll help you out. At some point, something hit Logan right here, dented it. They probably had to replace that window, I was betting, but that metal is still, what's the word I'm looking for? Out of shape. It's not quite right. Doesn't match everything else. Oh, there we go. Yes. So good morning. Actually, it's almost afternoon. But anyway, so we got the bus out here and we're back at it. You ever have one of those times where you do something and it's like, yay, I got something done, you know, for us, or yeah, us. It was putting up the sheet metal. You know, we played Dungeons and Dragons, so that's like +1 armor, yay. But we forgot something. We forgot something. So what we wanted to do was actually put the car sealer adhesive in between the sheet metal and the supporting ribs to give it something else to stick to and to reduce the noise and probably reduce the chance that it's going to leak. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. So we're going to do it today. We're going to remove the 8 rivets that we put in there. When I say we, I say me. It's me. I'm going to remove the 8 rivets that are in there, take the sheet metal down, yeah, and put the adhesive up, and then put the rivets back in. All right, so we got both pieces of sheet metal back up, covering all 5 windows. What we did, both ends are done. So that end there, and then that end there, so I can put the windows back in, because those line of rivets, of course, fall up behind or in front of, technically, that window. We also got the top mostly done. We got a couple rivets in the rub rail. We got just a single rivet right there in the middle, and we got that real big fold or gap out of the 2 panel. So that's what we got. It's got the sealer in it. That's the die core, the gray black die core. It's made for automotive sealing. I really like it. You know, time will tell how good it is. But so far it looks good. Armor's back up, so we have a +1 AC. Yay. All right, gang, that's gonna be it for today. Turn this around, maybe you can see my face. Nope, it's always gonna be in shadow. So that's it. Thanks for following, subscribing, watching. Leave a comment, a like. Thanks, guys. Bye. All right, my friends, here we are. All the rivets for the panels are completed. It pulled it in real nice and tight, if I'm being honest. It really, that rivet gun that we bought from Harbor Freight did what it was supposed to do. It pulled the metal in nice and tight, had everything pulled together. I just said that. You know, I'm very happy. with these results so far, except of course we're on that little 2-window panel where we had some wrinkles in the middle. And as you can see, come down here, these rivets come out. They're nice, they're peened, you know, everything's pulled out the way it should be. It definitely makes the bus a little bit darker, having the 5 windows metalled instead of just having windows, having those closed up. Yeah, so that's where we are. Now for the other side. Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
We are at the bus and we are doing the second side. All the windows that we're going to cover taken out. So for the other side, we went and bought stainless. We're just going to try and see which one works better, because we are seeing some rust spots already on the other side, even though it was primed, painted, sealed. We're still seeing spots. So I guess when the rivets, where the rivets went in, we're seeing some rust. So we may end up needing to take the other side off. So this time we're just gonna go with stainless, and then we're gonna paint it when it gets up there. So. Oh, and if you ever wondered, there is insulation in the U-channels, in the ribs, just FYI.
Part I hate.
All right.
Oh. I'm gonna lift it in. I have more space underneath this rub rail than I do above. So we shove it in the rub rail, we push it all the way down, we flex it, and then we push it up until we get it as far up as we can. It's a pain in the backside. Yeah, here we go. Come on, big boy. Good. Here's your malfunction. Okay, perfect. Oh, this doesn't flex.
You want to push from the inside?
Boy. Oh.
All right.
Son of a...
So we have a compressor plugged into the generator.
Gotta tell them why we're out in the field.
And you probably can't hear me over the generator, but it's in there. Now to drill holes and rivet. I've changed the oil in the generator this morning, so it is fresh.
Dead blew them out.
So we have riveted all of the holes. You can see the little suction cup marks. Sealing goop is leaking out in spots. Done and done.